While there isn't quite the headline-grabbing riots or in some cases fiery but peaceful protests, insanity is still running amok this summer. Like, okay, you got this one right here. Traffic stop footage released of Democrat State Representative who falsely claimed he was ticketed for driving while black. Let's just take a look here. It's about 20 after 1 in the morning. It's dark outside. Do you think that a cop would just pull somebody over because they see a black face? Literally, if you've driven around when it's dark outside, you know how fucking difficult it is to even just tell that there's somebody fucking driving a vehicle on a road? Like, it's so stupid to pull the fucking race card. It's just like Buddy from Michigan there who was driving up from Florida, who was in charge of the purse strings for Gretchen Whitmer's government in Michigan. Or he was drunk as a skunk. He was driving up there and then got into a brawl with cops. Like, I'll make sure that you never work in this town again and I can pull all your funding. That motherfucker, you guys remember. Like he says here, you profiled me because you looked me dead in the face and I got a ticket for driving while black, said Thompson. You pulled me over because you saw blackface in this car, brother. Yeah, talking like that is really going to get you out of a ticket, right? St. Paul police released body cam footage Tuesday of an Independence Day traffic stop involving Minnesota State Representative John Thompson after the Democrat lawmaker claimed he was a victim of racial profiling. Following the incident, Thompson received a ticket for driving with a suspended out-of-state license. Questions abound. If that's in fact his vehicle, I'm not suggesting it's anything but something he was allowed or known to drive. Now, why would somebody who is an elected official for the state of Minnesota be driving something with out-of-state plates? And okay, if you're being followed by a cop and they end up seeing your plates, they don't see the sticker. And it doesn't matter if you're a black member of the Minnesota House or you're a white soccer mom, you're getting your ass pulled over. Okay? But I feel like this is probably this dude's go-to argument anyways. Minnesota Representative John Thompson claims he was racially profiled after being pulled over by police. A St. Paul police officer pulled Thomas over in the early morning hours of July 4th, reporting that morning that the state representative was driving without a front license plate, which is illegal in Minnesota. Thompson claimed during the traffic stop and via press statement afterwards, his cop pulled him over because he is black. I was going to say was black. It's like, I don't think he's transracial. Did he have 18 face surgeries? I don't think so. The body camera starts when the police officer approaching Thompson's car. The audio is silent and the beginning of the footage buffered. According to the police department, the silent first 30 seconds means the initial words spoken by the officer and Thompson can't be heard, obviously. Why in such a hurry? The officer asked Thompson after the buffering. I don't think I took off like a bat out of hell. I just drove off, Thompson replies. If you guys are new to driving, this is probably not the snappy way to talk to an officer if you're hoping to work your way out of a ticket when you know that you don't have a front license plate. That's pretty tough to talk your way out of, though. Not saying it can't be done, but having snappy lines at the ready like that, not necessarily working in your favor. The officer notes that Thompson's license plate is from Wisconsin. Thompson said in a Monday press statement that he obtained a Wisconsin license plate because his family was considered moving back to the state to take care of a family member. Of course, very convenient answer, but whatever. They feel bad for me. I'm actually a current state representative in this district right here. Oh, he already tried to pull the appeal to authority card. You'll love to see it. Thompson tells the officer in a body camera footage, and you got a Wisconsin driver's license? The officer asks Thompson further. Oh, your narrative's falling apart, buddy. The cop returns to the police cruiser for about 14 minutes of an approximate 16-minute-long video. After printing off a citation, the cop exits a squad car and approaches Thompson's vehicle. Apologizing for taking so long, the officer says that Thompson's license plate has been suspended. It was revoked 2 years ago after he failed to pay child support. Okay. Listen, I was giving him a little bit of credit. I was thinking that it was maybe somebody else's vehicle that he was using at the time, and especially if he's going to be taking care of a sick family member. Maybe it's, his sisters, his cousins, his nieces, his nephews. It doesn't much matter whose vehicle it is or not, but if it's actually his and it's from Wisconsin, interesting. If you're actually an elected representative of Minnesota, shouldn't you be living in the district? I don't know. So really, in all honesty, nothing to see here, but really lays the foundation of these corrupt motherfuckers who are running these places. Like, they don't care. They don't care. They don't even live in your fucking district, but they'll tell you how to run your district, though. And why won't they live there? Far too hostile. Shit like this will happen. Man smashes bottle over NYPD cop's head in unprovoked attack. Yeah, shit like this is happening all the time, okay? An ex-con wearing a tie-dye t-shirt split open a cop's head with a glass bottle on a Brooklyn sidewalk and later told arresting officers, "I'm going to kill you," authorities said Monday. The officer, a body-worn camera, captured the sneak attack early Sunday morning, which left the cop with multiple gashes on his head and neck that had to be closed with surgical staples and a stitch. Oh my God. A 22-second clip posted on social media. Yeah, if I even bother playing this video, yeah, it's gonna get completely memory hold, so we'll just do the play-by-play. It's right up there, you can just see it, so. Click on the article, it'll be the one that's titled New York Post, obviously, and then you can watch the video yourself. It's nice and graphic. Shows the cop, yeah, he was smoking a cigarette near a parked NYPD cruiser with flashing lights when a young man in a rainbow-colored shirt emblazoned with the words, "Feed your dream," of what defunding the police is some brain cells. Inside, a triangle approached and began speaking. Without warning, the assailant lashed out at the cop and ran off as another cop chased him down. The video shows the cops were assigned to a fixed post to address community concerns when the attack took place around 4:45 a.m. near East 51st Street and Church Avenue in Flatbush, the NYPD said. Suspect identified by law enforcement sources as Tyshawn Holloway. Consider me shocked, 27 years old, of Hackensack, New Jersey. Great. Another beacon of a lawful society. Was caught about a block away where he allegedly began flailing and swinging to avoid arrests. I'm sure he definitely wasn't on something. Holloway stands just 5'5" and weighs 160 pounds. Aw, little guy. The criminal complaint alleges that he was found hiding under a parked car by the injured cop and his partner. What a bitch. What an absolute bitch. Then when he pulled him out, Holloway allegedly screamed, "Get off me, you fucking bitch." Oh, trust me, dude, if you had a bottle at the time, they got nightsticks, and they got much more fun shit than that, so. No, especially if you make this next claim, "I'm gonna kill you as soon as I can." Well, he had the opportunity, but you fucking failed miserably, little man. Holloway was charged with assaulting a police officer, menacing, resisting arrest, obstructing of governmental administration, assault, and criminal possession of a weapon. All of that checks out. Holloway has prior arrests. No, are you fucking kidding me? This is weird. Oh my God, I never ever have seen a story like this in my entire life. Oh wait, yesterday. That include a pair of September 16 assaults on New York Police Department cops. Why is he allowed back in the state? Why? Oh, in the Bronx, and 2 attempted robberies in Harlem in 2017. Okay, he was also charged with making terroristic threats in 2017, like saying he's going to kill some police officers, probably. In 2017, he was, oh my God, it's still going. Convicted in Manhattan of a second-degree assault and sentenced to 2 years in prison. Okay. Oh, that's why there's no arrest record for 2018. That makes sense. He was paroled in 2019 and completed his post-release supervision in February and just got right back on the hop. Now get this one. This is how fucked up New York City is. Holloway, who is originally from Virginia, was arraigned Sunday in Brooklyn criminal court before Judge Kim Peterson ordered him held on $30,000 cash or bond. $3,000. He's held on $3,000. And he's been arrested how many fucking times, and he has how many charges against him? Oh my God, dude, New York City. If you even live in the fucking vicinity, get the fuck out of there. Get out of there. And it's just like Chicago. They have more incentive for you to get out there because the longer that you stay there, the more likely you are to get shot. Don't believe me? Weekend violence in Chicago leaves at least 11 dead and 45 injured. But if you criticize Lori Loughlin, you're a racist. Dozens of separate shooting incidents that happened across Chicago have left at least 11 people dead and 45 injured. Police in Chicago said shootings took place between July 16th at 6 p.m. and July 18th at midnight. During the time frame, officers responded to 44 different scenes, totaling 56 victims. Oh my God, including 9 people under the age of 18. Oh, there you go. None of the teenagers shot have died, and the largest portion of hospitalized on Saturday after a gunman opened fire at Oh, and a crowd of partygoers. I'm sure nobody of significance was lost. The drive-by happened in an Austin neighborhood shortly before midnight and involved a group of youngsters standing on a sidewalk when somebody fired shots from an SUV, police said, according to an ABC report. A 12-year-old girl and 4 other teenagers were wounded and hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. A 25-year-old victim was also hospitalized during that same shooting. So far, no arrests have been made and are highly unlikely to, because if you want to talk about an overworked profession, Chicago police officer, yeah, if they don't become corrupt or if they don't end up getting shot in the line of duty, they end up leaving due to being overworked and totally fucking stressed out by their situations. But this is a weekly occurrence. We could run back all of the numbers entirely of this year, and by the looks of it, it looks like Chicago's probably heading for another shooting record. Thank God. Thank God. I'm glad to see there are at least some numbers that Lori Lightfoot can keep up year over year. God bless this woman. Then you got this one. This happened late Saturday night between, just outside third base side of Nationals and Padres game. Leaves 3 wounded, raises questions about safety in DC, or rather a lack thereof. The only place that it's actually safe is around federal buildings because there's razor wire and National Guardsmen, but where the regular people go, and I've heard that the neighborhood around Nationals Park is, pretty nice, okay? Like if this was I think it's called the Verizon Center, the Capital One Arena, wherever the Caps and the Wizards play. That's pretty much a shithole, but around Nationals Park, here it's pretty nice. But this was just, once again, just a drive-by, by all accounts. And at the time, didn't know how many people were injured, didn't know if people were injured. But then at the same time, I was also hearing, and some of the videos that was coming out at the time, because I was watching this, but I already had everything lined up for Sunday's show, so I didn't even bother doing anything on it, and we're just touching back on this. And now that we have the particulars, it's kind of decent that we can go back over this. But they were telling people, okay, yeah, there's a shooting outside third base side, so if you guys would like to leave at home plate and then out right field, that would be great. It's like, okay, there's a shooting outside, okay? And if you've ever been to a professional or even just an organized sporting event, you know that cops are inside the arena, you know that armed security guards are there. So why the fuck would you be telling people to leave the arena? And some of the heroics that were going on, and I'm not even just throwing that around to be hyperbolic or anything, but there were pictures of like Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr., who I've given a lot of shit for being just a subpar defender, but the fact that, they were just opening up the dugout and just letting people just like, come on in and seek shelter, that's fine. Because they suspended the game after all the shooting that was going on outside, after it was all done and dusted, before everybody was wondering, it's like, what the fuck is actually going on? But those guys just opening up the building, it's like, okay, everybody come on in and let's just hunker down until we figure out what the fuck's going on. I got to throw it up to them. That's great stuff. And for me, as a Toronto Blue Jays fan, to heap any praise on Manny Machado, you got to take it where you can get it. But big ups to those guys. Saturday night's game between the Washington Nationals and San Diego Padres was brought to a screeching halt in the middle of the 6th inning when fans at Nationals Park heard gunshots ring out. The Metropolitan Police Department has stated that the shooting occurred outside the stadium located in Washington, D.C. You don't say. And has left 3 people injured, including a woman who was attending the game who sustained life-threatening injuries. Thank God. I'm happy to hear that. According to ESPN, so take this with a grain of salt, the 2 other victims were in a car in a parking lot. They were both currently in hospital and are being interviewed by police. Sounds like a drug deal gone exactly to plan, to be completely honest. The incident caused widespread panic among fans inside who heard the gunshots and, in many cases, thought they had occurred inside the stadium. There was some videos running around at the time, and it's just about impossible to find at the moment, but you could really not hear it that well, at least from that video recording and a couple of the other ones. It just kind of sounded like something going over the PA system, but as soon as things started to go sideways, people were trying to flee out, and there was some footage from the left field concourse of people trying to flood out, and it's like, that's the wrong way to go. If you guys are going to be trying to leave the arena, why would you be going towards where everything is happening? But then again, that's just the absurdity of crowds, so what do you expect? The incident caused widespread panic among the fans inside who heard the gunshots, and in many cases I thought they had occurred inside the stadium. It's coming from inside the stadium. Umpire Chief Mark Carlson stated it was just a chaotic scene, and he's referring to his umpiring in the game. We heard what sounded like rapid gunfire. I'm sure we didn't know where it was coming from. People began either searching for cover or leaving the stadium in droves. The announcer was mentioning that the incident occurred outside the stadium and that therefore people should not leave. Exactly. If I was in that situation, the first thing that came to mind when I heard that, and then heard that everybody was leaving the stadium, it's like, the safest place for you to be right now is inside the stadium, is inside the fucking stadium. So why are you people fleeing? It's because people in general are, I don't know, what's the technical term? Fucking retarded. Jason Epstein, who was at the Nats-Padres game Saturday night, told the Post-Millennial the incident, along with last winter's carjacking death of a food delivery driver outside the park, an overall surge in violent crime, illustrates the need for the city to ditch the political grandstanding and instead prove to fans and residents alike that they take public safety seriously. They do. Just go to the Capitol. Lots of safety there. Political commentator Caleb Hull noted that the public is only voicing concerns because the shooting took place in a stuck-up, gentrified area. This guy's a retard. 2 people were injured in the shooting outside Nationals Park, and every lib is currently losing their minds. No, they probably think that it's fine because that's their area. They were probably the same retards who thought it was really stupid for that great shooting police officer to stop Ma'Khia Bryant from butchering that one girl mid-knife stroke. Girls will be girls, right? If you drop this exact same scenario into Chicago, none of them bat an eye, so I'm so sick of the fake outrage. Hull added on Twitter late Saturday night. The guy's a moron. Guy's a moron. I think we just spoke about Chicago, but he wouldn't have known about that. He has no idea this channel exists. I don't even know who the fuck Caleb Hull is. He could be somebody who has a similar subscriber count, and perhaps he's just another one of these fucking 85 IQ retards who just sit back and collect donations all day long. Don't know, don't care. Hull pointed out that there was a shooting where 2 individuals were injured in Washington a few nights ago, and almost no one cared. How many people were around? Was it outside of a crowded arena? Was it? No, I don't want to be too hard on this guy because, he's pointing out something that's fairly fucking obvious. There's a crime problem, and it seems to be localized in one type of city, okay? Not a large city, not a northern city, not a southern city, not an eastern city, not a western city, a Democrat city. Washington, New York, St. Paul, Minnesota, and Chicago. All 4 of those right there, strongholds for one party. What do you do? What do you do? Because it's already out of the news cycle. Nobody cares, but they should. But they should. That's why I bring this stuff to you guys, so at least you guys know. At least you can fight back whenever you're pressed by some of these dangerously uninformed people and perhaps wake some people up along the way. Got a couple of topics coming up next. It's going to be more in the pop culture sphere, so I'm not too sure which direction we're going to be going. I think we're probably going to be talking about the box office and how Normie Nip has a shelf life. Thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.